shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass. The coalition of bitches, they talk trash. On the mission to fit in your soft ass. Rolling green and clubbing this golf class. Loaded lust couldn't say they lost ass. The conscious community streets is all sad. Niggas be thinking the heat they all last. Be conscious of all the sand in the hourglass. Be humble when be prepared when the power pass. Old and young niggas, we all class. Ideology different, we move the ball fast. Yeah, the chickens is out of season, we haul ass. There's a reason we undefeated, it's all fast. Pull up a seat, pull out a shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass. Pull up a seat, pull out a shot glass. Carnivorous for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass.
Yeah, DQ. Check. Have you ever had a dream in the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. And you made it come true cause you stayed down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright, nigga, have you ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. And you made it come. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Calculated every step, so I can't stand a hater out here hating on. Niggas out here making moves. See, I hand out the type of shit they waiting on. I'm the type to over so arm and leg. Niggas tripping, signing deals in red. I'ma hit the booth and make some hits instead. Light years ahead. We done go short a couple of albums. See, we up for the challenge. Man, I'm focused on the bread. But these niggas be fucking understanding when it come to my talents. It just pop up past when it come to the salad. Yeah, zips to the head. And we never mind hating consumers when it come to the rumors, cause we put them hoes to bed. Oh yeah, niggas try to take the page out my book and take the same steps I took. Networking, cultivating relationship, a skill still for real overlooked. Whole squad moving like we Voltron. Yeah, the whole nine looking like a gold mine. I'ma show mine, nigga, when it's go time. I'ma blow mine, niggas, when it's showtime. Niggas try to take the page out my book and take the same steps I took. Cultivating networking relationship, a skill still for real overlooked. Whole squad moving like we Voltron. Yeah, the whole nine looking like a gold mine. Only show mine, nigga, when it's go time. I'ma blow mine, niggas, when it's showtime. Yes, sir. Have you ever had a dream in the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. And you made it come true cause you stayed down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright, nigga, have you ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. And you made it come true cause you stayed down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Yeah. Big dreams, nightmares and monsters. Pimp thieves, hoes, thoughts and choppers. Crooked operas, play cops and robbers. Sip lean, smoke weed's the mantra. Weigh risk against shit that cost us. The good soul, you wanna save the world, but you ain't they type, so they hint to lead. Wholesome souls die and world's incomplete. So I chase the pain so I can chase my dreams. Liquor is licorice inside my candy shop. Candy paint drop, wood grain supreme. Good for it, I'm good for it. Sorry the wave you'll see when you look for it. Real recognize the real, you look for 'em. Pressing your luck and I wish you would for us. You don't want a person, nigga, that be living on this North Star. So close, but I'm so far. I'm a tiger in the woods, but I swing like a home run. Holistically on par. You don't really want war, but I'm raw like a tennis racket. How about Venus, but I'm on Mars. So went the galactic is soup for your solar. Bring it back now. You don't want a person, nigga, that be living on this North Star. So close, but I'm so far. I'm a tiger in the woods, but I swing like a home run. Holistically on par. You don't really want war, but I'm raw like a tennis racket. About Venus, but I'm on Mars. So went the galactic is soup for your solar. Virgo. Have you ever had a dream since the playground? And you made it come true cause you stayed down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright, nigga, have you ever ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, could you stay down? Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In the room full of stars when you shine bright, I'ma make the right move when the time right.
God dang.
Ag team back again.
Boom. We live. What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on, Haskell?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Ready to get to it.
Okay. Mujasi, what's going on? You good, brother?
What's good with it? What's good with it? This is the heavyweight bout right here. Been waiting for this for a few days. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So this is Haskell. You want to start? You want to take it from here, or what? What we doing?
Let me
Nah,
set
for
it up.
sure.
I'll set it up. I'll set it up.
Okay, set it up.
All right. So, one of the most controversial legal cases that's ever came about in the late 20th century, one of two, is the Rodney King trial. And as we close out the 20th century, there has not been one case more divisive, more controversial than the verdict behind O.J. Simpson's innocence, non-guilty verdict. And this case split America, not in just two ways, but in three or four different splices and factions. And it's one of the most debated court cases and topics ever since then. Today, we're going to be bringing it forward. We're going to be examining the O.J. Simpson trial as viewed from 2026. And we have a debate between two genius, intellectual minds who not only have studied and analyzed this court case, but can be able to dissect it in a method that allows those who did not have the opportunity to preview and experience that case to be able to understand it and experience the controversy and analysis that happened at that time. So today is going to be set up with a few different segments. We're first going to start off with both debaters having 30 to 45 minutes to make their objectives and their case to their position on whether OJ was guilty or whether he was innocent or framed. And then afterwards, we're going to go into a quick Q&A, 5 minutes apiece, where both contenders will be able to rebuttal and ask the other person a question. And then after each one have their own 5 minute rebuttal apiece, then we're going to open it up for Q&A. Chef Haskell, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Ready.
All right. So Haskell is going to lead us off first. Haskell, I want you to first start off with arguing, state your position and what are you claiming for the case? And then I'm gonna set the timer and you let me know when to start and we'll go from there.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Esteemed colleagues, dogs, cats, pets, fathers, mothers, cousins, everybody. Welcome, man. Pleased to have y'all here. You know what I'm saying? So glad to impart what I've learned over the years for the denizens here at Carnivorous Podcast. Thank you so much, Brother Mujasi, for that rousing intro. Really, really well done. And what I'm looking to do here tonight, more than anything, is I'm thinking more about posterity, those to come after, right? And what lessons can be learned from this trial, because there are a lot of lessons to be learned here. And I think tonight is going to be really instructive. Where I want to start out tonight is to basically lay out the two objectives that I am looking to prove here tonight. So objective number one is to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that Mark Furman sought to frame OJ and various institutions and actors conspired to cover it up. Also, I want to say this. Um, let's see, what else did I want to say? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so that's objective number one. Objective number two, I want to advise and instruct on how Mark Furman and his cohorts' actions were subsidiary global conspiracy as defined by the American psychologist Francis Cresswell Welsing, and that global supremacy being namely racism, white supremacy. Tonight's discussion, we intend for it to be isolated strictly to Furman, his credibility, and if whether or not he planted evidence, right? So that's what I am looking to prove tonight. We're not going to leave that scope. Reason being, for those who don't know about the OJ case, it was a 9-month trial. There was a car chase on TV where OJ was reportedly trying to get away. Long story short, there's just infinite amount of information when it comes to this case. There's just no way to address everything in any kind of way, real way, in just a couple of hours or 3 hours, right? So what we're actually doing tonight is the second night, the second installment of what is essentially going to be a series on the O.J. Simpson trial. And what I'm looking to prove is that it is more likely, this is the ultimate goal, not dealing with tonight. Tonight, I'm proving beyond a reasonable doubt that Mark Furman is a pathological liar and he absolutely fabricated, manufactured, and planted evidence. But on a grander scale, in these series of shows that we're looking to do, what I'm looking to prove is that it's more likely that O.J. Simpson did not commit these murders than he did commit the murders. So that's
Okay.
my intro. Brother Chef, take it away.
And as Brother Chef, if you want to state your position.
Okay, hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, so the O.J. Simpson trial. The O.J. Simpson trial is very captivating to me. It pigeonholed America in the mid '90s. It showed America what it was when it comes to race relations. That's why race relations in America. That's why the O.J. Simpson case was so important to me growing up. But as my mid 40s, I looked at the O.J. case from the evidence, and I came to the conclusion as a grown man that it was more likely that O.J. Simpson committed the murder. And I felt as though that O.J. Simpson's defense team exposed the LAPD and the criminal justice system for their lack of due diligence, for their being able to bombard defenses when it came to black people with, cases that defenses when it came to black people or poor people in general necessarily didn't have the resources to fight. So I feel as though O.J. Simpson case is definitely a picture of the American justice system that was played out in its race relations in the mid '90s. I contend that O.J. Simpson committed the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman in 1994, and I think that his acquittal speaks more to America's race relations in 1994 more than his innocence. So from
Okay.
there, Mujasi, back to you.
Oh, all right. So we've heard both debaters' positions and their objectives and what they hope to achieve with their positions. Haskell, you will start it off. Chef, you will not. There will not be any interruptions during
I'm,
his
I'm
45
going
minute
on.
segment.
I'm going on mute.
All right. Starting the timer now. It is now on you, Haskell. You have the floor.
All right. So first thing, Brother Mujasi, did you get my message in the Discord? Go ahead
Uh,
and check those messages if you hadn't. I just put 10 exhibits in there. So we're going to start at exhibit number 1. And
gotcha.
when you get an opportunity, just click that for me, and we're just going to play a video, and we're all going to watch along with the audience.
Okay, so you want me to click it from my end?
Yes, if you
Okay,
could.
gotcha. Yeah, are they in order?
Yes.
Okay, exhibit number 1. If I can. All right, let me stop the timer real quick. I may have to copy everything into one space.
I was going to ask my opponent to play like we did last show, but I didn't want to. He got enough pressure on him, so I didn't want to put that on him. You know what I'm talking about? He got a lot to deal with.
All right. All right, exhibit number 1, starting the timer. And I have the exhibit number 2 ready to go.
Beautiful.
Turning on to Ashford, which brought us to the Ashford gate, which was open.
And did you drive into the driveway or park outside?
Parked outside.
What happened next?
I walked into the driveway and I saw 2 people in the driveway.
Who did you see?
I saw Mr. Simpson and a female that was leaning on the hood of a car,
And what kind of car was that?
a Mercedes-Benz.
And can you describe the female that you saw leaning against the hood of the car?
To her face, so I couldn't tell much of what she looked like in the face. She looked like she had light hair, and it was hard to judge the height, but I would characterize as average height and average weight.
What was she doing?
She had her hands to her face and she was sobbing.
And where was the defendant at that time?
He was walking on the driveway.
Which driveway was that?
His driveway at Rockingham, the driveway in Rockingham, right in front of the Mercedes.
Okay. Did you notice anything unusual about the Mercedes?
The windshield was shattered.
Did you look to see what had been the cause of that windshield getting shattered?
I saw a baseball bat that was wall close to the front door of the residence.
Now, did you get a good look at the woman's face?
No,
Could you have recognized her again on a later occasion?
no.
Now, did she say anything to you at the time that you made contact with her?
I made some inquiries as when I first walked up as if they were the residents. Mr. Simpson, this was his house, and I asked the lady who broke the windshield, and she responded he did.
Did the defendant make any response?
I believe he admitted that he hit it and stating that it was his.
And what was the defendant's demeanor at that time?
Well, he was agitated, but he wasn't out of control. He was just agitated.
Could you tell whether there was any physical injury to the body of the woman?
I couldn't tell, no.
Did you see any signs
No.
of physical injury to her?
Excuse me. No.
And did you ask her if she wanted to have a report prepared?
Yes.
And her response?
She did not. She said no.
Now, at the time that this contact took place, sir, was the WestTech officer there?
I don't know exactly when he left the scene. I was concerned with the two people involved in the radio call. I didn't look behind me to see when he left, but he was not there when I turned to leave.
Did you know who he was at the time that you first appeared on the scene?
No.
Never met him before?
No.
And your partner, do you know where he was at the time you had contact with the defendant and the woman?
My partner was next to me or within a short distance of me. I was taking the lead to at least ask the questions.
Okay. Now, did the defendant resist your being on the property at all?
No.
Did you arrest him?
No.
After the female indicated to you that she did not want to file a report, what did you do?
We left the location.
Did you write a crime report of your contact with the defendant and of that day in 1985?
No, I did not.
All right, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you heard there, to give it some context, is testimony from the 1995 trial of O.J. Simpson. What Officer Mark Furman was testifying to was a 1985 domestic call that he received from one O.J. Simpson's property, and who he went out to.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. You mean to say that if you had been in the passenger seat, you would have reported something to the police department?
No, there was no report to be taken.
There wasn't any reason to make a report, was there, Detective?
No, sir. No, sir.
But in 1989, you found that the city attorney was interested in that incident, or any prior incidents between Mr. Simpson and Nicole, correct?
That's what I heard, yes.
Yeah. As a result of which, you wrote him a letter saying that because of the celebrity status of Mr. O.J. Simpson, the matter was indelibly pressed into your memory. True?
Yes, sir.
The kind of thing you won't forget for as long as you live. Fair statement?
Seeing Mr. Simpson, yes.
Yeah. Well, and the whole experience of being on his property.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And had the case gone to trial, instead of being resolved as it was, you were prepared to go and testify to essentially what you put in your letter. Is that correct?
I wasn't told that, and I didn't assume that, no.
Were you prepared to if somebody had asked you to?
Oh, I think I would have, obviously I would have responded to a subpoena.
Now, in 1994, at 1:05 a.m., while you were sound asleep, my understanding is you received a phone call from Detective Phillips. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Had you seen Mr. O.J. Simpson personally between 1985 and June of 1994?
No, sir.
Mr. Phillips told you that there was a double homicide in Brentwood and that one of the victims might well be the former wife of Mr. O.J. Simpson. Did he not?
Yes, sir.
Did that bring to your mind your prior association with the Simpsons in 1985 as an investigating patrolman and as a potential witness in 1989? Did you remember those things?
I don't believe I even thought of that much at that time.
So I take it that the indelible press that was in your mind in 1989 had faded to a degree.
No, I don't believe that. I was going to a homicide scene. I was mostly thinking about how we were going to handle a double homicide scene and who was getting called in.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Go ahead and stop it, Mujasi. So, no, Mr. Furman. No, Marky Mark. It's either the memory of that incident was indelibly pressed in your brain or it has faded. It cannot be both, sir. By the way, for those in the audience who don't know what the word indelibly means, it simply means unforgettable. An impression made upon your life that you will never forget for life. That's what the word indelible means. And he says indelibly pressed into my mind. Now, if you notice when Mr. F. Lee Bailey keeps asking him, he said, when you got that call from Detective Phillips at 1 a.m. and he told you, hey, OJ wife dead, you ain't know who that was essentially? Oh, nah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Pay attention to how evasive this lying ass dude is being. See, that's the thing with liars, right? And liars like him, pathological liars, is that they tell so many lies, right? If they're breathing, they're lying. But they tell so many lies they cannot keep track of their lies and balance the lies out. So they end up tripping themselves up. Instead of this stupid ass just saying, you know what, yeah, Nicole Simpson, I knew who that was when Buddy called me to go to the scene or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You feel me? But that didn't compromise my objectivity. He instead tries to concoct this cockamamie nonsense to try to get one over. He thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room. He thinks he's smarter than you, but he's not. Or at least I hope he's not. I hope everybody should be able to recognize that this dude is a liar. He met OJ and Nicole in 1985. In 1989, he wrote a letter to the city attorney saying that this thing was forever impressed in my mind because of the celebrity status of the case, and I will never forget it. So that's lie number one. Let's move on to exhibit 3, brother Mujasi. We gonna get this. We gonna get this little this little saltine together.
All right,
Mm?
Exhibit 3 coming up.
We gonna get them right together.
Right after you said on line 18, and I continued out the front of the residence, Ms. Clark said, why? And your response was, well, I was. From the statement he made, the crashing sound, and the time that he heard it, combined with the blood in the Bronco, the way I was feeling is there is a possibility there could be another victim, a suspect that had collapsed or escaped via that route on the southern border of the house. Do you read the answer in front of you?
I do, sir.
Do you agree that I have recited it correctly as it appears in the transcript?
Yes.
How did you know at that juncture, Detective Furman, that there was or would be blood in the Bronco?
I didn't.
Why did you use the word in?
I'm not sure I did.
Is this the first time it's been brought to your attention that you used the word in?
It's the first time you've read it, but I never used the word in as far as saying there was blood in the Bronco.
You didn't use the word in. Is that
I'm
right?
not sure, sir, but I did not see any blood in the Bronco.
If you used the word in the Bronco and it was unintentional, might that be, sir, a slip of the tongue?
No, it might not.
Might not. Well, unless it was a slip of the tongue, and if you in fact said it, you have no explanation whatsoever for that mistake. Is that the way you wish to leave it?
I observed inside the Bronco prior to going into the residence that morning.
My question was, Detective Furman, if you did in fact say that one of the things that had you disturbed at that point was blood in the Bronco, and it wasn't a slip of the tongue, why would you have used that word?
I didn't see any blood in the Bronco, sir.
Why would you have used the word in, Detective Furman? Please.
I told you I'm not sure I did.
Well, there's a videotape of your testimony. Have you reviewed that recently?
No, never have.
Do you think that would help to determine whether or not the court reporter made this mistake or you did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we'll get to that. Right after you said...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Marky, Mark. You shuffling, shucking and jiving deceiver, you. I want to say something, man. F. Lee Bailey is brilliant. He's patient and he's experienced, right? He knows who he's dealing with. He knows the type of police officer that thinks they're clever. Note Mark Furman's constant evasiveness, right? But F. Lee Bailey stays right on task every time, okay? Did you say in or did you forget? Oh, well, I'm not saying that I forgot, but, you know, I might not have said in. And, well, we going to play the video. By the way, what F. Lee Bailey is referring to is Marsha Clark had directed him. So in court cases, you know, you have direct and cross-examination. F. Lee Bailey is doing cross-examination. So F. Lee Bailey is actually speaking about what Marsha had just asked Mark just a few minutes ago, or you know, maybe 10 or 12 ago. And now all of a sudden he can't remember if he said in, on, whatever the case may be, right? I want it to be noted by the audience that the blood being in the Bronco was one of the reasons that Marky Mark gave for his reason for jumping the fence and going into OJ's house and questioning people and doing a search without a warrant. Keep that in mind. It's very important. It's something that they call exigent circumstances. It's basically saying, hey, things are in an emergency situation. I think somebody might be bleeding or dying or something. So even though normally we're supposed to get a warrant, because this is an emergency situation, I got to do this. I got to jump the fence, right? So beautiful. We got that established. Exhibit 4, Brother Mujasi.
Coming right up.
Actually, pause it. I'm going to give an intro here.
You say, I don't know how the subject...
So this is Kathleen Bell, a young woman that Marky Mark met in, he was either 85 or 86. He met her at a Marine recruiting station that he frequented from time to time as sort of a hangout because he is a former Marine, right? So at that hangout, she thought he was a good looking guy and wanted to set with her friend. And as a result of that, they had a conversation. So go ahead and play it. Hit the play button, Brother Mujasi.
was raised, but Officer Furman said that when he sees an N, as he called it, driving with a white woman, he would pull them over. Now, there's no mention of Marcus Allen there. Do you now remember that his name was mentioned before this
Yes, I
response?
do.
Okay.
And I also, excuse me, remember that he didn't say the N-word
Okay.
at first.
Hold on. Next question.
You say, I asked if he didn't have a reason, and he said that he would find one.
Yes.
Did you mean by that a reason to pull them over?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. A moment ago, you wanted to explain something to us that you had just recalled. Would you tell us what that was?
When in this letter, I wrote this in a very big hurry, and I didn't think that there would be such a need to recall exactly what had happened in detail. So there was a mistake there, and he did not say the N-word when he said, if I saw a black man with a white woman driving in a car, I would pull them over. He definitely said a black man.
Okay. And did he use that word later when he talked about burning everybody?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Did he use black or a word beginning with N?
The N-word.
Okay. Now, there is no paragraph about the query supposing they were in love.
Right.
You left that out of your letter.
Right.
All right. Have you gone over this encounter in your mind since the time you wrote this letter?
Many, many
Have
times.
you discussed it without saying what was said with a number of people?
Yes.
Do you have, as you sit there today, a clear recollection of the words uttered by Mark Furman as you have described them in your testimony?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. If we can pull up the next paragraph, Mr. Douglas. If you would just read that first sentence and ask you whether or not you distinctly recall him using those words.
Officer Furman went on to say he would like nothing more than to see all niggers gathered together and killed. He said something about burning them or bombing them. I was too shaken to remember the exact words he used. However, I do not remember that I do remember that what he said was probably the most horrible thing I had ever heard someone say. What frightened me even more was that he was a police officer.
Ms. Bell, is all of that true? Everything that you wrote there?
I know now that he said gathered together and burned.
Okay. Next paragraph, please, Mr. Douglas.
All right, go ahead and hit pause there, Mujasi. So What our beautiful Nordic queen just told us is that Furman had a disdain for interracial couples, and he thought nothing of when he sees them to conjure up probable cause to pull them over. What that means is make up some shit, right, to pull them over and potentially lock up. Was that you, Majasi?
Sorry.
I heard. Yeah. So what he meant there was saying that when he sees an interracial couple, he wants to pull them over. He'll just make something up, right, to give him probable cause to pull that black man over with that white woman. Is something that he hates to see. I don't want y'all to focus so much on the whole burning N-words thing. That's not what I'm trying to drive home. Everybody knows Furman is a racist. But what I want you to take away from this specific clip that I just played is the fact that Mark Furman has said that he will fabricate and invent probable cause / evidence. So let's move on to Exhibit 5.
Exhibit 5 coming up.
The conclusion you had made, did you ever study anything about blood, Detective Furman? Blood and blood spatter, was that part of your course before you became a detective?
Briefly, yes.
Okay. And did you learn something about reading blood spots to determine their origin?
Their origins, right?
Yes.
In other words, how they
got there?
How they got there. In a general sense, yes.
All right. And the first thing you learned is that a spot which is round has been dropped from some object or person that is not in motion. Did you not?
That would be correct.
And when a spot is dropped by someone who is bleeding and moving, it leaves a different shape on a hard surface such as the concrete of that walkway, correct?
Yes.
And the spots that you saw, and the ones that were photographed for this case, were round, weren't they?
They appeared to be round, yes.
Yes. And so if this was associated with a killer, what you were reconstructing and detecting in your own mind was someone leaving the scene of a very bloody double assassination and periodically stopping and dripping as he went. Is that what you thought?
No.
Well, you knew that they weren't dropped by anyone who was running just from the shape, didn't you?
I'm not an expert in that field, so I didn't know exactly what transpired on that walkway.
Just
Hello?
Haskell, you there?
Oh shit, I didn't even realize I was on mute, bro. I was talking the whole time. So, in regards to what Furman just testified there, I want everyone to take note of the fact that Mark Furman went on the stand and said that either at Police Academy or wherever he learned it, some curriculum, the first thing you learn in that curriculum is that a person who is standing still leaves a round blood drop, as opposed to a person who's moving, those drops are going to be elongated, right? Now, he says clearly that he knows this, but when F. Lee Bailey presses him on the blood drops that were on the driveway, all of a sudden he's not an expert. To give some additional context as to why that is important, it's because the prosecution's narrative is that OJ basically killed Nicole and Ron, drove back in the Bronco, ran from the Bronco, ran up in the backyard or whatever, and essentially that's where those blood drops come from. So keep in mind, the blood drops are not consistent with a running person. And more importantly, what I want the viewer to take away is, again, how evasive, disingenuous, and how much this man, Mark Furman, is just lying at every turn. All right, next exhibit.
All right, you got less than 20 minutes left. Just giving you a time check.
I believe so.
All right. Were you engaged in your profession as a detective of the Los Angeles Police Department?
At the time I talked to Mr. Shipp?
No, sir. From 2:10 a.m., when you arrived on the scene, until at least mid-morning on the 13th, were you engaged in your profession as a police officer?
Yes, sir.
Were you being paid to carry out the function of a detective during that period?
Yes.
Were you giving that your best effort during that period?
I was being directed. Yes.
You were being directed?
Yes.
You weren't directed to the Bronco, were you?
No.
You weren't directed to the south border of the Simpson property, were you?
Yes.
By whom?
Mr. Kalin.
Mr. Kalin ordered you to go out and look for where the noise came from, detective?
No, he directed me by his statement.
Does he have the power to direct any detective in the Los Angeles Police Department, Detective Furman?
Direction and the logical thing to do would be one and the same.
They're one and the same. Do
Yes.
you want to leave it that Cato Kalin directed you to go out and look for the noise or its source?
By his statement? Absolutely.
Okay. You had no choice but to do that without telling anybody, correct?
I had a choice. That was the logical thing to do.
All right. Well, let's continue.
I believe.
Go ahead and pause. So for context, everybody, when F. Lee Bailey says, is asking him and Furman responds with he was directed, Furman was basically trying to give the impression that he basically had no control over the things that he was doing on the crime scene, when in fact, he left his other partners in the house to go outside and inspect the outside walkway and the Bronco by himself for 15 minutes. But he tries to play both sides and say, oh, nah, it was Cato Kalin that directed. One, he was not the lead detective. He had superiors, right? No, that glove was there by at least 10:45. That's when the figure bumped into Cato Kalin's AC and dropped the glove, according to the prosecution's narrative, right? So that glove would have been out there for about 7.5 hours. But somehow that blood is wet and sticky. You busted, nigga. Next exhibit.
Did you know, by the way, when you were back there for your 15-minute investigation that you apparently missed a door that goes into the laundry room of the house?
No.
Are you learning for the first time today that such a door existed that morning?
I have seen schematics that I believe there is a door somewhere between the garage and the air conditioner, but I did not remember seeing it at that time.
All right. In other words, as you made your inquiry of the indentations, there may have been a door there that you never saw.
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that the 5 to 7 minute inquiry that you made in that area, including the electrical box, was somewhat cursory, Detective Furman?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay.
Hey, go ahead and
Had
pause
you...
it. Hey, Mark Furman, ain't nothing in that cup, my boy. My boy, ain't nothing in that cup, bruh. Stop sipping out that cup, dog. That liquid over with, bruh. Stop sipping that cup. Ain't nothing in that cup, boy. All right, go ahead and play, Mujasi.
By the way, did you see any steps back there leading somewhere?
On the path, sir?
Mm-hmm. Adjacent to it?
Might have been 2 steps by the garage door.
Anywhere else?
I don't recall.
Do you know whether or not there are steps that lead up to the laundry room door?
Pause it again, Mujasi. Woo! Hey, you see Johnny face? Y'all seeing Johnny face? Johnny looking like F. Lee Bailey, like, hey, you was a cold white boy, nigga. You cold, nigga. Got his stupid ass, right? So, to add context, Mark Furman said that he left his partners in the house with Kato Kalin, went outside for 15 minutes by that back area of O.J. Simpson house, going up and down, examining, lifting the glove, doing all kind of stuff. But he did not see the door that went into O.J. house. The next exhibit is going to show why that's a lie, and it's going to show why he's telling that lie. Next exhibit, Brother Mujasi. Woo, we cooking with hot grease now.
Formative evidence that something funny went on. Walked down the alleyway, or I guess sidewalk, to the south of my house where Furman supposedly found the glove. First thing I want to draw your attention to is there's a door here that goes into my garage that then you can go into my house that way. Obviously, if I had committed these murders and I was trying to get into my house undetected,
Hey, it's y'all there? It's frozen. Haskell, Mujasi. Hello? Haskell and Mujasi. Audience, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm. Oh, that last what's the name that y'all played? We ain't here. Can y'all play it again? Something happened with the Zoom, I think. When OJ was walking. Hold on. It was the one where OJ was walking through his backyard. There we go. I'm cool with it. No, go ahead. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hey, Haskell. Hold on. They just said your yeah. They just said your audio went out. Hold on. I don't know how that happened. I can hear you. Mujasi can hear you. Pause that clock. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. It ain't me, brother. It ain't me. Um, I don't know how to get this back up. So look, I'm going to send y'all another link right now to try to get this audio back up. Say something real quick. Say something, Haskell. Yeah, they not hearing y'all. Okay, all another link. The stream's still up. Hold on, y'all. All right, boom. Y'all ready? Go ahead.
All right, hitting the timer, adding an additional 3 minutes. Good to go. Haskell. Haskell.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. Yeah, let's move on to exhibit. the 12, I was saying that I was watching the playback, and it looks like the video
It
of
was, yeah,
OJ
it
shown
was.
or played to me. It looks like it was still kind of jaggy, but we just gonna press on. In the last exhibit, uh, in the last exhibit, Mark Furman basically said he never used the N word. He moved 12.
All right, good afternoon. It's clear that you were still under your when you may proceed.
Was the testimony that you gave a hearing in this case completely truthful?
My Fifth Amendment privilege.
I
Wish to assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Your interpret your Fifth Amendment respect that I ask you.
Yes.
Your Honor, further questions don't serve any purpose, since my client has already answered that he will not answer any question and will assert his Fifth Amendment privilege. Anything further can only be a show.
I only have one other question, Your Honor.
What was that, Mr. Furman?
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Are the witnesses answered the representation of Mr. Munger?
Your Honor, do people make an objection to the last question as the court described it as being improper?
Go ahead and pause, you Jossie. So Mark Furman here is our brother Nas. He said, clap him. That's what y'all just witnessed happen to Marky Mark. He got trapped up and clapped up, right? What I want y'all to take away from that is not about the racism. It is, but it isn't. But the main thing is his planting and fabric. He said on the stand that he pleaded the fifth to planting evidence in case. Now, Brother Mujasi, if you could, and open up the link for the addendum to exhibit number 12, and if you could, read what that says for me, please, brother.
Yes, sir. 1 minute left. Clicking on it. Yes, you can absolutely invoke the Fifth Amendment on a question by question basis. You must explicitly state your refusal for each where a truthful response meant reasonable risk of self-incrimination, and you cannot simply use a blanket refusal for all questions.
Beautiful. The reason I brother Mujahid, because I'm anticipating every rationalization that my opponent or other people will make. Most people pretty much have their minds already made up, and regardless of what you show them, they're gonna say OJ did it, right? So me having brother Mujahid read that is to basically say in here and say, well, the fact that he pled the fifth to the other questions, he had to plead the fifth to all the other. Not true. You can go question by question. You this one, not plead the fifth on this one, please. So I want it to be recorded.
10 seconds remaining.
Understand. What happened to my extra time?
It was already added.
All right, so I guess I got 9 more exhibits to show. What I'm gonna do is on the Q&A segment, I'm gonna use my remaining.
It is now on to you. You're ready to start, and I'll start the time.
Alright. The hell? Everything freezing up for me. Hold on. Is everything? Haskell, did you get everything out?
I got 9. Go ahead, bro. Wherever. So you need to get in there. What I'm gonna do is on the Q&A section. I'm gonna
No,
use
I'm
that time
gonna give
period
you 2 more
to play the
minutes
rest
to
of the
sum
exhibits.
everything up, to tie your points together, because that what you're gonna do later is gonna be in the Q&A. I don't want you to be tying up your argument in the Q&A. So
Nah, those 9 exhibits are gonna take more than the 9 exhibits are gonna take way more than 2 minutes. Pointless.
sum up everything yet though, because you did a lot.
I I did not, but what I have left, the 9 exhibits left, are gonna take more than 2 minutes. So there's no. I haven't even got to my ultimate point yet. So
Yeah, he's gonna decline the 2 argument, Chef.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Here we go. Hold on. Let me. Y'all hear these dogs barking? Hold on. Give me a second. Go ahead. Hey Haskell, take a minute and do a quick summary. Let me let my dog out.
all right, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and move to exhibit 13. I think the first 12 exhibits was to show that Mark Furman is a pathological liar, and he absolutely planted and fabricated evidence. We established that he has a past of doing that, right? We had a witness who get on and said that she told him that. So now we're going to move to 13, where we're going to play an excerpt. This part of the exhibition is me showing the bigger play of white supremacy at hand. So this is number 2 of my objectives, where I'm basically looking to prove that there were co-conspirators that hopped in on the cover up. So go ahead and play Exhibit 13 if you could, Brother Mujasi.
And for the first time, the Furman tapes you've never heard. Vulgar.
Weinstein, General Pfeiffer, Jew, color the wandering Jew. The Bob White said a big nose.
Sexist.
How do you arrest a violent suspect? I yell out, have a man do it.
Disturbing.
Got to be a borderline sociopath.
Violent.
5 years ago, I would have just spun around and choked him out. I would have kept choking him out until he told me the truth. Obviously, he was lying the first 2 times he did. So, after that, he was again. It's called 77 flight technique. So, is that you get a lot of laughs from a lot of policemen. Because why don't you give a science flag detector test? You know, just everybody, much you guys allow.
Yeah, you could do one more.
And even one tape made just months before he would testify in the O.J. Simpson murder trial.
He was to this case.
All right. What was from Mark Furlow's and who was a screenplay interviewing Mark Furman between 1985 and 1994 for this screenplay. She recorded 13 hours of tape. Right? To this day, the public has not heard of those 13 been released. Now, played some there, and what I want the audience to take from those clips, in the transcripts, Mark Furman on those tapes, they have the audio where he admits to and says that they plant, fabricate, and make up evidence routinely. Him and other members of the LAPD, it's the culture. But did you notice that audio was playing the excerpts? All they played was the stuff about stuff and the racist stuff that has to do with OJ's innocence. Why can that not get played? They have it. CNN of collusion of the 03 trick. Explain to the public, right? And they don't focus on the racism. Focus on what. So,
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
Gotcha.
yes,
Or
sir.
can he
I'm ready.
continue
I'm
with his
ready.
next exhibit?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Awesome. All right, y'all. Good work, Haskell. So now they saying that this is chopping up.
You there, Chef?
But I want to get through mine. So, oh my God. Hold on. All right. Boom. Let me get that up.
All right. So, brother Mujasi, let's move to exhibit
They
number
saying we all choppy
14.
and
Go ahead and
all
click
over
the
the
link.
place.
And I want you to go ahead and read that.
All right, so
Please.
cool. Let me get
Yes,
this one
both
out.
the
All
audio
right,
visual transcription publicly
good work, Haskell.
released and record during the Simpson
So Mark
records
Furman's
were South Carolina's
deceit
Laura Harville
or his
had
racism
herself write a
does
script
not
about a female police officer
prove that he
was
planted
released, fabricated
evidence.
on the tapes. Furman boasted about his conduct,
Y'all feel me?
bragging about
So
beating suspects,
that's my whole
using
contention.
racial slurs, cussing out officers, planted or
Mark
fabricated
Furman
evidence to secure courtroom release.
perjury
Superior Court Judge
on
Lance
the witness
O. reviewed the
stand
transcripts and
does
allowed the
not
defense of the
take
audio
away
tapes
from.
and distribute the courtroom, established
Man,
lied
they
under
saying it's
oath
all choppy. Am I
regarding
still
slurs.
choppy?
It publicized
Chat.
admissions
Press
of
one in the
internal
chat if I'm
affairs
still
within
choppy.
LAP and subsequently pleaded no contest.
Round. I'd love to hear the explanation for him going door to the neighbor, not getting her name, not questioning her if she saw anything, none of that, right? I'd love to know how he was back there for 15 minutes. He didn't see that side door. I'd love to hear an explanation for why he says that when he sees an interracial couple, he will create evidence. I'd like to hear an explanation for him saying that not only him, but the LAPD in general, as a matter of course, regularly plant and fabricate evidence. Hear the answers for those.
So
it's
my case.
a shame that this happened.
That's crazy. My case wasn't predicated on whether Mark Furman was a liar or not, right? My case wasn't predicated on whether Mark was racist, right? My case is predicated on whether he planted evidence to frame O.J. Simpson. Because whether a member of law enforcement is racist or not, whether the LAPD is racist, right? It not create physical evidence out of thin air. That's what it can't do. You dig what I'm saying? So that's my whole argument. What I'm attempting to put forth is that no matter how racist Mark Furman is, no matter how many times he lied, the evidence does not show that he planted or framed O.J. Simpson. Whether he met O.J. Simpson back in 1987, right? It doesn't make the evidence appear over 3 different consistently. Mark Furman can't do that. That's the point. So that's what my whole rebuttal is predicated on. It's predicated on the fact that Mark Furman could not logistically, he could not have planted that evidence. Because if he would have planted that evidence, the evidence would have pointed back to him as being the murderer. That's the only way that Mark Furman could have planted that evidence if he was the murderer himself. So maybe I don't know, Mujasi, you did a good job, man. That was smooth how it went, man. I'm mad that it didn't come out right because it would have been a dope show, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Haskell, I didn't interrupt you not one time. I let you cook, even though it was burning me up. Half of the stuff that you were saying, you know. It was
That's that back. Yeah, I was gonna pull them back out the ring.
Yeah, it was burning me up, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna let the brother get through with all of his input. But the Netaru didn't want you to get through all of that nonsense. So they stepped in and the Neteru, the ancestors or whatever the hell y'all call it.
Oh no, I don't think the Neteru had nothing to do with this one. I personally, I think it's
Well, let's figure it out. Let's make this happen. Do I want Chef with like creating it live so people can experience and have some real time conversations in the and everything like that. But we may have to do this in the next day or two so we can see how we can kind of do this and have a couple of people kind of give us some feedback. Or else we might have to just record it. The way Haskell lined up his exhibits and made the case, I'm excited for your presentation and your argument. I think we have to make this happen like ASAP.
Yeah, yeah, and I was actually impressed with how Haskell. I might have to go down
However
in
we
my
do it, whether we
studio
try
and
different
film
platforms.
from there. So I'll just have to yeah, go down there and take all of these all this stuff. I get off this laptop and go to my desktop and because everything is set up for me to do that. This is just my little ragtag setup that I
Yeah, your mobile setup.
yeah I tried to use that so because I got some stuff going on downstairs, but I'll set it up so we can get to it. But Haskell, that was a good, from what I heard, that was a good presentation. I like the way you put it together. I like the timeline that you walked through, how you curated the videos to help go along with your argument that you was putting forth. So that was good on your end. I'm mad that now I have your format that I can, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna look back over the show because I don't want to, have the advantage of looking back over your format and just, you know what I mean.
no, you got that all wrong. The point is for you to have my format. That's how these things are done. That's the reason why I sent you this information early this
Yeah,
morning.
but
And
Haskell,
really, you should send me what.
you're the defense though,
Uh
right?
huh.
The prosecution lays out its case first, and then the defense defends against it. So it's pretty much not. I understand what you're saying in a debate, right? But this is we're going over court proceedings, and the burden of proof is on the prosecution, not the defense. So it is kind of unfair for me now to have your format and everything that you put forth, and for me as the prosecutor,
Hey,
you know what I
listen,
mean? But
listen. I'm in that right.
awesome,
Okay.
awesome.
I'm waiving that right. All right. Because what I'm more interested in a so-called debate is more so for this to be instructive.
Yeah.
You know, going into the future, I want someone to be watching this and take something away from it. That's my main objective, right? And I would love for at some point for you to do a deep dive on what it is that I presented and try to come up with some answers to them.
I
Now, you
can't. I
spoke about
conceded. I conceded that he's a
the
liar
rate.
and a
So
racist.
well, hold on, but that wasn't the presentation. The presentation wasn't about him being a liar or a racist. If you recall, Mujasi, I made a point in that this is not
Made
about
it
the
very clear.
racism. Forget about the racism. Throw it away.